YouTube? It's your girl DeeDee. Welcome and welcome back to the channel. Thank y'all so much for tuning in once again. So I am back with another reaction video for you guys. Now this reaction comes from none other than Miss Tasha K. Baby, listen, Tasha K went scorched earth on Dr. Umar Johnson, baby. Now what Tasha is saying in this particular video is something that Lennon Honor and many others have been talking about for years as it relates to Umar Johnson and this FDMG school academy that he's been opening for buku years. There have been so many people who have poured in donations to support this man and his efforts for this school for black boys, and he has not been able to deliver now that there's some legal issues concerning the school as opposed to whether the school is going to be auctioned off. This school has been abandoned for many years, y'all. You know, and many people have been speculating about Umar Johnson misappropriating funds allegedly when it comes to this school, and there's been so many pushbacks and startup dates and pushbacks as to when the school will open when the school has not been fully repaired. There's the small school and there's the bigger school, and you know, he has done many things to make it seem as if he's been renovating the school and doing things to get it closer to opening, which it is still nowhere near accessible for any child to attend or even be in that particular building. Those buildings are considered abandoned buildings. They are not up to code for any child to do any type of schoolwork or anything in them. And it's been that way for years. Now there's some issues with the school to now there's some things that have not been paid. At one point there was some issues with the taxes. There's a whole lot that's been going on with Umar, and I find it very interesting that Tasha is pointing this out because Lennon Honor has been on this case from day one. So now it's to the point to now finally it looks like they're going to be possibly taking the school from him because he hasn't done anything with it all this time, and he's still asking for donations. So I want to play a little bit from Tasha's video. Shout out to Tasha K. If you have not supported her channel, if you've been living under a rock and you don't know Tasha K, go over and subscribe if you haven't already. I want to play a little bit of what she had to say because she went in. I'm gonna go ahead and play what Tasha had to say, and y'all let me know what y'all think in the comments below. Comment, like, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Hit that bell to be notified when I upload new content. Let's get into it. Here we go.
Whose real name is Jermaine Shumaki, if that's how you say it. I don't know. Jermaine Jeffrey, all hood. I'm just letting you know, okay? And Jermaine has been standing on the side of the internet, begging and grifting and pandering to the black community only, isolating the white community because he knows, especially if the white community were scammed like the black community was, they would have had his ass locked up a long time ago. But for us, it take us 20-30 years to catch a predator.
You know what? And I agree. I agree with what she's saying because it's the truth. You know, he's been able to get away with this because it's only happening in a black community. If he was doing this to a white community, oh yeah, I agree that he would have been locked up, you know, because they're not going to play with him that way. When it comes to the black community, nobody's really focused on it as much, and you can just take advantage and do what you want, and it takes some time. But eventually it's going to catch up to him, and that seems like what's happening now. And I don't think too many people are surprised. All of these people who have donated, their money just gone down the drain because it definitely, I mean, this school is not going to open. So let's continue.
How long it took us to catch R. Kelly? Here we go, okay? We're in this again. And so he's been standing on the side of the road collecting coins, anywhere from $10 to $50 per black family to help open up a school that is still vacant till this day in 2025. Matter of fact, I believe it's being auctioned off if it hasn't been auctioned off right now, okay? So let's get into the timeline of this because you guys know I like to go through it all right? And so he has been pandering and grifting to y'all about starting a school called the Frederick Douglass Marcus Garvey Academy, okay? I had to think about that. He's said it so many times I can't even believe that I had to think about it because he uses repetition. And when you repeat something, a lot of times, just like when they repeat a song on the radio that you hate and then you end up liking it, you will end up saying, yes, I like it. yes, I'm going to donate. And that's exactly what he uses in order to get donations out of black people who don't like to read or research, okay? Because a person that likes to take their time to read and research and not just listen to someone who is very charismatic and very stern with their words and extremely articulate would literally pull it back, shave all the hair off on his face, okay? Give him a haircut and you'll really see Jermaine for who the he is, okay? The whole scheme has been going down for 15 years. This, in my opinion, is the longest running fundraising schemes ever in history, and it's still going on to this day because he is still begging for money to help y'all to save a school that never opened.
Yeah.
Never opened. Now,
facts.
He started this scheme in 2010, all right?
2010.
With this whole dream. And I remember Dr. Umar was so flexing with this tongue. He had my cousin calling me up. You heard Dr. Umar? He the truth. He the truth. And I never got it. I'm like, why y'all? This ain't no different than fucking Brother Polite. And you know what Brother Polite is, right? In jail. Registered as a sex offender. Didn't preach or didn't live by anything that he told y'all to motherfucking live by. Remember, do as I say, not as I motherfucking do. Now back to Dr. Umar. He definitely doing the on the road that he meets, okay? That fall for these elaborate schemes and the way he articulates words and says he's gonna help their sons. And I have yet to find a black boy that he's helped, including his motherfucking self, because the way that his ex-girlfriend Siobhan came out here and said he was living because he's still living with his mama, and that's a boy mentality. And you can say, oh, it's not, but when you're living off of your mother's welfare, okay, Medicaid and all that stuff and food stuff to take care of yourself, you're a boy.
Ooh, baby, listen, this is why I said Tasha went scorched earth, baby. I didn't know she was going to take that route. And how do many of y'all remember Brother Polite? Because I actually really did forget about him, but he's in jail for some seedy stuff. And he was one of those ones, too, that, you know, got big off of donations and as such. But now he's in jail. So, you know, you know, you can only scam but for so long until people realize the scam and it runs out. You know what I'm saying? But let's continue.
And he needs to go to his own school that he's never gonna open, okay? Hopefully he'll be going to school in prison here soon, when I'm done with this video. And I don't give a damn what none of y'all got to say at all. Now, let me go ahead and pull up these receipts real quick, okay? Now, according to IRS Form 990, the filings reveal disturbing financial irregularities, okay, with Jermaine Shermock. That's how he files it. He doesn't file it under Dr. Umar. It's Jermaine, okay? Now, the nonprofit shows assets of $634,436 as of 2024. This is what he's saying that he raised. This is what he reported. Okay, now you know he go begging inside of that car without a haircut every other day or on the side of the building in which he lives in, because they say his house is right there on a row house in Philadelphia somewhere.
Oh.
Okay, and his mama inside and she ain't had her diaper change in months, okay? This is according to the girlfriend. Shout out to the mother, and I hope the family can get that woman away, because he's really giving me Jaguar right and how she was taking care of her mother, okay? Collecting the check, but wouldn't feed her, change her, or nothing. And that old lady died in agony. Now, according to the IRS filings, this is inconsistent reporting of contributions, okay? Now, while official filings show that only $321,408 in total contributions over the last 5 years, evidence suggests Johnson raised significantly more through other channels, okay? Meaning books and all of that. He's reported GoFundMe campaigns, all right, that he's been suspended from through 2014 and 2015 of over $400,000 raised before the account suspension. That's a lot of money for GoFundMe. Okay?
Exactly, it is.
PayPal donations, approximately $125,000 documented. Speaking fees and direct donations, estimated $750,000. Man raised all this money and ain't got a haircut yet. Total estimated funds, $1.6 to to $2 million that they can account for, and this is with them digging. They've been on his ass, okay? And we're gonna talk about how much they've been on his ass, and that's the reason why that damn school is on the auction block right now, vacant school that never opened. And he promised to open it in 2013 and kept pushing back the opening date.
Facts.
And blamed us, well, not me, y'all, if y'all donated, as to why it can't open, because black people can't stick together, okay?
Exactly. I mean, no lies detected. She is absolutely right. And like I said, Lennon Anna, we've been following Lennon Anna for years now, and he's talked about this. I mean, he's covered it all. And what Tasha is saying is absolutely correct. You know, it seemed like it took a little time to get to this point, but these people have been looking at these donations and calculating this money. So this man has raised, from what they could gather, over $1 to $2 million, if not more. I think it's probably more over all of the years. And all you ever did was painted the school. They never got the HVAC fixed. It's just like, this is crazy. And for people to be in denial about this and not accept it for what it is, it's just mind-boggling to me. But this is why a lot of people in our community get duped all the time, because a lot of people don't do the research. You just trust anybody. If they sound good and they look like you just open your arms and accept what they're saying and don't question it, don't ask no question. And once again, Umar Johnson does not like you to ask questions. He ready to call you a coon in a minute, because you don't want people to ask questions. You don't want people to be concerned about where their dollars are going. You know what I'm saying? You just want them to trust your word and take everything that you say for face value and just run with it and just be like, oh, okay, that's Dr. Umar. We can trust him. He's our savior. He's going to do what we can trust that he's going to. No, if I'm giving money and I'm pouring into something that you're saying you're going to do to help black children, then there needs to be transparency. You need to be transparent about what it is that you're going to do, how you're going to set it up. You need to find people who are going to invest in the schools. You need a team. You can't do all of this by yourself. He doesn't have a team. It's just him standing outside the school or in his car asking for donations after donations after donations. And there's never really any progress for that school ever opening. At this point, that's FDMG Marcus Garvey Academy should be open. The children who would have gone to the school when it started are graduated college at this point. They done went to college, graduated, and now that building is still sitting there abandoned. This is crazy. And people will argue you down. Oh, Dr. Umar is doing this and that. What can you say? Oh, he's got a school. He don't have no damn school. You put that up there as a fluff piece to make it look like you're doing something, just to scam the people. That building was put in front of these people to make them believe that he was doing something that he really wasn't, in order to get that money out you. So as long as y'all see a building, there's hope. He's trying to do a school. Let's keep giving him money, even though he's not transparent with the money. He's not showing you what he's paying for, where it's going, what it's doing, because it's going to his pockets. And he doing whatever he want with it, and that's why the buildings are still just sitting there as abandoned buildings in 2025. Baby, listen, I want to know y'all thoughts on this one. And I think, look, once these buildings finally are auctioned off and it's all done with, hopefully people will realize that this was a sham and a scam, because he's going to come up with some type of excuse as to why it didn't work out. And he's going to blame the people. He's going to blame the black community for not showing up and doing what needed to be done. And y'all didn't give the money for this and that, when he know good and well he wasn't doing what he was supposed to do to get that school open. And in some way, shape or form, he probably never had any intentions of opening a school, because that was going to be work. And he couldn't do that solely on donations. You'd have to have sponsors and investors and stuff to keep that running. So I don't know if he ever really had the intention of opening it, or it was a scam from the get-go. So listen, y'all, let me know what y'all think in the comments below. Comment, like, subscribe to the channel. Hit that notification bell to be notified when I upload new content. Shout out to Tasha K for covering that, baby, because what she's saying is the truth. There's no lies detected in any of it. And I wish people would start to see what it really is and stop trying to make excuses for this man, because clearly there's no excuse in my mind that he could make as to why the funds didn't go toward opening the school in the way that it should have been. So let me know what you think, y'all. Chime in the comments below, and I will catch you in the next one. Bye.